Golden State Capital, tapping in. Didn't get to record a video yesterday because went to a holiday party, but Meta moved in the way that I was hypothesizing, predicting, anticipating. Really is the word. It's anticipation, not prediction. You can see it just got murked again. So today was FOMC. Lots of folks hopped in calls. I'm sure a lot of people made money, but a lot of people, especially folks that traded weekly cons and zero DTEs, they got ate up by market makers. So I ended up, I swung a put yesterday. I closed it basically at open because I didn't trust holding that Meta put into FOMC, just because, there's hyped up folks. They're going to try and run the market up at any opportunity. So I wanted to secure my gains and practice my discipline. So I'm really grateful for that. However, this thing did continue to drill, and we got 644, and Meta is currently in after hours. It got down to 636, which I'll show in a second where that is. And we're getting a little bit of bounce, but drilled with the close. We closed at 650.13, and then after hours close of 644.20, and then we got a low of 636. So this thing is moving down, down, down after that this crazy sweep here. This candle, that was crazy. So that 678 level 04, there, like that 680, there were major sellers in that area. That's why, and we got a rejection of that 50% retracement on that daily range. So I was leaning bearish, and also still bearish because we were bearish on the higher time frames. So I want to go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. So today we pre-market popped up to like 663, and that quickly got beat down. We did end up hitting that previous swing high of 648, and that was my goal for my swing. So I exited it there. So I was happy about that. We continued to drill. We got a bounce now and after hours at the previous week low. So I'm going to be looking to see if there's a tiny pullback, retracement on smaller time frames that allow me to get a cheaper contract, cheaper puts to target that 630.50 area if we don't open up at 630.50 tomorrow. So this now is super bear. I mean, we're bearish. We're back bearish. So if we were to follow kind of this like liquidity logic model, that 759.16 all the way down to that 580.32, we got the pullback to the 50% retracement, and we should be going back to that 580.32, which is previous month low. And I'm going to show you why I think we're going to get there on the higher time frames. So I'm going to be playing level to level. So I want the 630.50 tomorrow. I might get into January puts just to give myself some time with the swing that I'm looking to enter. So 630.50 is on the radar, and then that 610.02, that bullish imbalance there. So those two imbalances are targets for me, and ultimately that 580.32. So if you look up at the weekly, you can see we got rejection of that bearish fair value gap. We're heading back to previous week low. And I want to show you previous month high. We got a sweep of previous month high. So if we use candle range theory, we should now be heading down to previous month low of that 581.25. So I will be keeping this on my radar. We also got a rejection of that bearish fair imbalance on the monthly. And yeah, I really hope this does play out, because it's going to shut up a lot of these like insane bulls who are just hyped up nonstop. So I'd like us to get down to that previous month low, enter calls there, and ride this back up to all-time high. If we break that previous month low, obviously I'm going to continue to play it to the downside, which I do think we could get. I thought we were going to get already 50% of the quarterly range, 442.17, and that previous, actually I'll rename that, this key level 384.33, previous swing high. I think that is on the radar for 2026. But what I'd like to see is we sweep down to 581, shoot up to previous quarter high, and then drill all the way down to that 50% previous swing high. So I'll be playing level to level per usual, not overstaying my welcome, seeing profit, taking profit, and not jumping the gun. So ensuring that I get the correct technicals. I wanted to cover just additionally SPY and QQQ. So these they tried to get both of these, mainly SPY, up to all-time high, but buyers could not do it. So that kind of is telling me that this is not big money. This is retail trying to pump it. And candle range theory again. If you see here, we got a sweep of previous week high. That tends to lead to us moving down to the end of the range at 677.96. So we'll see how that happens. I did want to take a put with this, like 15 minutes to close, but I got scared. I would be probably very happy with my trade, because it's right now, this is sitting at 681 after hours. So I was looking to get in like right here in that area, like right after we got this bearish fair value gap. That should have just been an entry for me. But it's better to be safe than sorry, because they could run this all the way back up in the morning. Same thing basically happened with QQQ. Got a sweep of previous week high. Look where previous week low is, sitting at 612.52. Couldn't break, previous day high. We did get that gap fill, which I like, that 629.08. I was hoping that got filled and tagged. I think we're going lower rest of the week. We are not getting a Santa rally yet. Everybody was like, oh shoot. Everybody was like, oh, Christmas is early. Yada, yada, yada. Let's do this. Okay. That is a potential there. That pullback would be to 604.74, that 50% of this range. So I'll keep that on the radar as well. So I just wanted to cover those three things. I need to go back because I didn't drop down to the 1 hour. I wanted to show that on Meta, because that was a nasty wick candle right here, this 9 a.m. candle. As you can see, that's the one I was telling you, got all the way up to 663.60, and then basically did nothing, and then the after hours just drilled. So Meta's one where you want to be in it before the move happens, like with swings. or at that 10 a.m. around that time, 10 or 11, because once it moves, and sometimes you'll like be sitting there waiting, it does nothing, and then the move comes after our pre-market. So I will be playing level to level with this. Likely, oh, Netflix. Oh, sorry, I need to talk about this one because I was quite impatient with this yesterday, and oops, sorry, I was impatient and ended up getting the move today. This is why you must be patient. I end up losing $100 on this, but I would have made a couple $100 on it and closed out today. I was literally targeting 94.18. This is going lower. I know folks were hyped up. Here's the weekly chart. 91.95 is potential bounce here. If that doesn't hold, we're going to 80s. I hope we do go to the 80s. That's going to be a great opportunity to pick up calls if this holds. And it could go lower. So this is my, let's name that. I started calling this previous swing high. So I differentiate those from my key levels. So this is ugly. All right, we could get that 82.35 imbalance key level. But I ultimately think we might get 70.10. So I will be setting an alert here for that. That would be amazing. Amazing. But yeah, this was a lesson to you from me. Just be patient. If you know, like, these candles are ugly. It's just been an ugly day. Let me look. We got a little flag here and then straight down. Super ugly. So be patient. Trust your research, your due diligence, and really be careful in these markets because we're still sitting at all-time highs. So anything could happen. We could pop right back up tomorrow. We could continue to drill, but just play level to level and wait for a confirmation to enter your trades. Let me know in the comments what you're looking at for Meta, for Netflix, for SPY, and for QQQ. And let me know any other tickers I should keep on my radar. All right, Golden State Capital out.